Okay, I think I'm recording. I have no idea. Hello, everybody. It's RV Lady and soon to be, you know, RV Lady on wheels. Anyway, I am here at my campground waiting for the next big storm. I am in Louisiana and I got to show you this long, long, long trailer. I don't even know. I don't even know how I pulled that. I wouldn't feel comfortable. Anyway, here I am at the RV park where I have been for a few months in Louisiana, and it's very comfortable. I initially came to Louisiana because I bought a sailboat, and then I found out that I didn't have the strength to sail. Okay, maybe I've gone through this with you. Don't know, don't remember. Oh, let me show you this. This is really interesting. You know how, wouldn't it be great if, as an RVer, we could, oh, I don't know, let me explain that. We could grow our own vegetables. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if it's actually, recording. God knows I've done this enough times. Okay, now what I have done here is, you have to look at that. Not sure that you're seeing it, but this is a bag that I bought on Amazon. I bought a lot of them for storage, both on the boat and for the RV. And what I decided to do was turn one of them into I don't know, terrarium. I think that's the right word. I planted a bunch of seeds, zipped it closed, and watered it as needed. I hope you saw that. I don't know. Watered it as needed. Here, I'll let you see. If you can see, that's Tatsu. Yeah, she's a different story. But anyway, I'm here at this RV park, and what I'm doing is looking at boats that I want to buy. And what I want to buy is a trawler. It took me a long time to figure it out. I want a trawler. I want it to be 40 feet. I don't think I want it to be any bigger, longer. Um, it'll have 2 staterooms and 2 bathrooms, and be comfortable, living room area, kitchen, whatever, all the same stuff that RV has. It's basically an RV on the water, if you really want to know. So, same stuff, different, environment. So, I feel like I have a bit of an advantage over people who purchase RVs or boats, really boats, and they haven't been an RVer. They don't understand the complexities of how everything works and how everything breaks down and breaks. So, had a lot of that going on. Anyway, this is swimming pool. I come here where is the camera? Oh, I come here every day and swim for 20 minutes. And I've really been enjoying it. It's a saltwater pool. So I like that. Anyway, the big long trailer is about to pull out. So I'm gonna get out of the way. Tatsu, come. Come. Hey. Okay, she has selective hearing. So anyway, all is fine with me. I've had some catastrophes happen, and both physically and with the motorhome. But, it's a motorhoming. This is what we do. um, Let's see, what else is going on with me? Really nothing. I look for boats. I have given up the concept of going to see every boat that I think I find suitable. Hold on. I'm cleaning the camera lens because it's humid here outside. Inside, it's air conditioned. So when I go from one atmosphere to the other, fog or mist or whatever you call it. So what's interesting about this RV park is if you can see into the distance, that's a train. And on the other side of that fence where the trains are, there is, let's watch this. Look at that. He did it. Wow, I was wondering how he was going to get out of there. But he did it. That's really interesting. Not that I would, have a trailer, but, that was really interesting. People come here and they park their RVs and they go on cruises that are leaving out of New Orleans. And then they come back and they rest and then they go back on the road. Anyway, about the trains. That is a train yard. So pretty much all day and all night, trains are moving. Now, as an RVer, I have learned to, what's the word I'm looking for? Sleep through all that stuff. I don't really sleep through it as much as it simply doesn't bother me. And so, and I find the sound of the train moving on the tracks kind of, I don't know, comforting or something. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't bother me. But what I want you to notice is, look at this RV park. Okay, see where it says 37 and then it says 36? Do you see the difference? That is just enough room for your motorhome. And then your neighbor is right next door to you. Literally, you can probably look in their RV. Now, during the season, which I have no idea when that is, quite honestly, during the season, these RV parks are packed. So, like my site here is, my poor Winnebago, is actually from where the meter is, if you can see that, to the tree. Okay, that is my space. So I can open the door to the motorhome and get in and out pretty freely in this space. Other people, yeah, they have a problem. That's my tent. I have that tent for a number of reasons, but mostly because I have so much stuff, because I was really thinking that I was going to be buying a house in Arkansas. And then, of course, that didn't happen because everything in the South, quite honestly, is sinking. It's sinking bad. And the houses that you go see, it doesn't matter what price range you're in, they're either sinking or they need a new roof or they need both. Typically, it's a both. But so I gave up on that. And I decided if I'm going to be like dealing with water, I'm going to be on a boat. So boat life is for me. Now, a lot of the stuff that's in that tent I have bought to use on the boat. And, and I'll cut that out. And then other stuff I have, because I was going to move into a house. Yeah, no. So basically I have to get rid of all the stuff for the house and concentrate on the stuff for a boat. But of course, I need to find that boat first. I don't know how good this is. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Not very much. Learned a lot. I'm getting into, because I'm going to be on a boat sailing wherever, not really sailing as much as cruising wherever. I want to be able to grow my own food. And so that's why I showed you that, because that is the most efficient way that I have found. And when I am going from place to place, yeah, I just shove everything in there and pick it up, put it in the RV and or the boat, and move on. And I think that'll work. And then that way I can have vegetables, tomatoes, stuff that I can eat, and I don't have to worry about where did it come from. Because I think our food industry is as severely polluted as, everything else. So I don't know what kind of tree this is, but these are the kinds of things that I am learning. The other thing that I'm learning about is herbal medicines and how to make them and what they do. And that's really interesting. I regret actually not doing this as much as possible. I mean, as long as possible. That I didn't do it a long time ago. There are herbal replacements for everything. And from skincare to, upset stomachs to antidepressants to pain relievers. There are herbal choices that it's a matter of just making the decision to go that way. Now, of course, I've had a heart attack, so realistically, using herbal medicines with prescription medicines is a really bad idea. So I'm not doing that. And let's see, what else? I've had my computer crashed, my phone crashed. The RV is not happy in this weather, and I can just tell. Having problems. She just doesn't like it. And the last time we were east, she didn't like it either. So I have to keep that in mind that she's unhappy. I will end up, once I get a boat, I will end up, of course, giving or selling cheap the motorhome. And I will also be selling the Honda because I'm not going to need it. I'll just switch to either like a moped or a scooter that's small, and I can put it on, say, the deck and use it when I get to places where I want to, go ashore for whatever reason, groceries or, whatever reason. And then I'm not, and I'll rent cars. I've been watching videos of boaters, lots of them, lots of boaters, and yeah, going to the grocery store, sometimes you have to walk a mile. Well, no, I can't do that. Not in the humidity and whatever, heat. I can't do that. So, but being on a moped or some kind of scooter or something like that, works. Okay, I don't know where the camera is exactly. They're right there. That's Tatsu. And she is an applehead Chihuahua. And it's really a long, long story. But the short part is I ended up adopting her because the veterinarian told me I was no longer able, she would be no longer able to be rehomed. And, those ankle biters that everybody hears about, stuff like that, basically it's because of their insecurity. And Chihuahuas are notorious for being biters and or nippers or whatever it's called, and also for just being mean. So, and that's what the vet told me. He says, you want this dog to be mean, then rehome it. So, didn't do that. Kept it. Didn't want a dog. And it's like when we get on the boat, she's going to have to be in a life jacket 24/7. Well, let's call it 12, probably 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. She'll be in a life jacket that, if she falls over, she floats. So I'm not sure how that's going to go actually. But I figure I'll tie her to a line when she's out on deck, and at least I will be able to pull her back in. I'd kill myself. Anyway, today's mission is to... I'm coming back into the RV. Come on, Tatsu. Come. Today's mission is to... Because of the humidity and whatnot, I don't want to call it mold. I want to call it whatever that green stuff is that is caused by humidity. I really don't know what it's called. But I'm going to go out there and scrub all that off. And then I'm going to start on the ceiling, the roof, and then go to the, the sides and the back and the front. The RV is very, very dirty. Not inside, but outside for sure. And, it's just life. I'm happy. I hope you are too. And I keep forgetting to look at the camera. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it. I hope you all are well. And I'm not dead. I'm going to get shirts made that says, I'm not dead yet. And I've seen them out there, but I would like to create them, have them specially created for me. And I want to put, RV Lady Wheels to Waves on it, and I'm not dead yet. On the back, I'm not dead yet. And it's frightening to think that many of the RVers that I've met over the years are probably dead. Because we're old. And a lot of them were older than me, significantly. So, there are people that I would see annually, and I don't see them anymore. So, I'm assuming they're dead. But they could be like me. They just, decided to go a different direction. Like me with going to the boat thing. Now, here's the other thing. Somewhere on this video or in my descriptions or whatever is my link to Patreon and also to, what's it called? Thinking, PayPal. Okay. Due to the horrendous expense that I'm going to be dealing with, I've noticed that other boaters offset this by making videos and people support them and things like that. Okay, we back in the day called that e-begging, and I kind of still feel like it is, and I've never done that before. But now, yeah, I need you guys to be my third safety net. And everything, it seems like everything I am doing, it's $1,000. And even going to the grocery store, it's not $1,000. But, I used to go to the grocery store and maybe spend, I don't know, $150 a week, if that. I wasn't really paying attention or being a thrifty shopper. I was just grabbing stuff that I wanted, needed, and throw it in the cart. And so, anyway, those things used to cost me like $150. Now, yeah, I'm up to 200, and I have dropped the incidentals. I don't buy them anymore. Another reason why I want to go to the holistic life and the growing my own food life and stuff like that. And people do this on boats. They grow some things. I I think it's mostly herbs, but I want cucumbers, and I want tomatoes, and what else? Herbs. Yeah, out there somewhere. There. Oh, in that. Okay, I'll get to that in another video. But I have a sealed container full of a variety of different herbs. And so, that's the kind of thing that I'm going to keep going. And then there are plants that we consider weeds that are very useful for a multitude of reasons. Eating, or, you know, cures for stuff. And so that's why I'm getting into it. And I'm studying plants in the Caribbean and in the South. Basically, where I am, Louisiana. I could put this down. Where I am in Louisiana, and eventually I'll be over to Florida. And I'll tell you something interesting for you people who say, gee, I'd really like to do that. You get a boat and go. Right now, the industry is soft, real soft. So, okay, yeah, I put it down. No, wait, shake all the time. Anyway, if you ever wanted to, I don't know, switch to boating, no matter where you are on a coastline or near a coastline, the boats are incredibly great deals. And people are aging out. They are unable to afford marina fees and things like that because they park their boat on a dock and tie it up and see you in a couple months. But in the interim, they're paying $8,000 a month. And it's crazyville. But it's like RVing. RVing used to be economical. Now it's not. Let's just go there. It is. So that's about all that's going on with me. And if you have any questions, send me questions. I have no idea if the comments are going to be on or off because, I can't control YouTube, apparently. And I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Maybe. And I'm going to try to do a video a week. And this one is fresh. So today is Monday, the 21st of June. And I'm gonna try to do this once a week, but put them on Saturdays. And I keep looking at myself instead of looking at the camera. And I should have turned the camera around, but I need to look at myself. So I need that where you have the picture that's like right up here of me, and then everything I want to show you down here. And that's what I'm trying to figure out on my new phone. I just do not like technology. I don't like the improvements. But I'll tell you what I do like is, the stuff you're reading something and you don't understand it, or you want more information, or you want it to be made clearer or more complex, or whatever the case may be. AI. You go over to whatever chat, whatever is called GPT, and you write in the question and, enter. And basically AI is searching all the sources because they're stealing content and provides you the information that you're looking for, which for me, it's very helpful when looking at boats because I can say, hey, what do you think about this boat for a blue water? Because I need a blue water boat, and that means that I'm going to be in oceans, deep, deep water, because I'm going to the Caribbean. I have to go from Florida to the Bahamas, and then from the Bahamas, um, out and around. Anyway, I'm going to be in some weather that the boat needs to be able to handle without tipping over. Anyway, I guess that's it. At some point, one of you or more are going to say, I'll come with you. And in which case, I'm actually going to invite uh, individuals. Yeah, just like one person, not like a married couple or stuff like that, to come and cruise with me on the boat. And, it'll probably be something like I'll pick you up in the Caribbean or, pick an island and I'll be there. And then just go cruise around that area and discover stuff together. The main thing that I want to do is look, of course, underwater, and then I want to actually go walk around those mangrove islands and sandy islands and all that stuff. I'm going to skip the pig thing. Pig Island, yeah, I'll pass that. And the reason for that is because I've seen pigs, I understand pigs, I know they can swim, and why would anybody want to do that? I don't know. But that's just me. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it flickers. And I'm not even sure that it is actually flickering the video. It's the light thing. So that's it for me. And smile and be brave. Cross your fingers and be brave. And that's what I'm doing. And at some point I'll get into the past year that has been just like the worst year of my life. And that's pretty significant because I'm 70 years old. So to have 1 year where every day something is wrong is so strange. So working on that too. So smile and be brave. I'll see you the next time. And I'm going to try to do this once a month on Saturdays. I'll release them. I'll record all week, which is what I have been doing. But, I'm still having issues with the software that I'm using and uploading that to YouTube where it doesn't go on. And I don't want it to just go on. I want to look at it and change it and review and whatever, but it doesn't seem to be working. So, and the software that I'm using, I'm probably going to dump because I've had it for like 10 years, and that's how I used to make my videos, is with that software. But now they have made it so cluttered, and it's just mind-boggling. All I want to do is upload a video, put in some words, and upload it to YouTube in whatever ratios that YouTube accepts. I don't want a lot, and if anybody's out there creating software that does videos, KISS. Just remember that, because the entire world has forgotten it. Do we all know what KISS stands for? Keep it simple, stupid. So, for me, the stupid people, please keep it simple. And my software program is just too not simple. Okay, see you next time. Adios. And now I'm turning it off. Don't know how.